Learn some Spanish, learn some Spanish. Say the words loud and clear. It's fun and exciting, it's fun and exciting. Practice lots.
Hola.
See, oh, well, can you speak Spanish? I was trying to say it in Spanish. I could.
Are you singing? Well.
I couldn't. All right, so how well can you really speak Spanish? So let's have a chat with the creator of Aprende Español con Jorge.
Good job. Good job, Eggs.
Kadisha Dallas Good. Kadisha, good morning.
Good.
Good morning. That sounded so good.
¿Cómo estás?
Estoy muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
Muy bien.
Sí, as hambre.
Perfecto.
Hambre.
Hambre.
Only thing I know. What's it like? Okay, so when I was in high school, the only reason I wanted to learn Spanish was because there was this girl that spoke Spanish, and wanted to impress her.
It's always a girl.
Yeah, it's always a girl.
Please.
How easy it is for younger children to learn a new language?
Absolutely, positively easy. Once they have the right person, the right teacher, the right educator to engage them so that they are thrilled, motivated, and they are encouraged to use the language in a practical way. Because after all, they do soak up things. And there is a time span where you have the great opportunity to allow them to soak up something. And that other something, apart from the core subjects, is another language. Very important.
Yeah.
Okay. I think all children need to learn a second language, whether it is Spanish or French. Pero es muy importante.
Muy importante,
Sí.
indeed. In fact, I was reading something while I was doing language communication at UE, and it said that children between the ages, 0, when you're just born, and near to 10, you're able to learn up to 50 languages. So it's actually a very good time to get them learning, for sure. So for us, Spanish was introduced to us when we were in high school, for many of us. By that time, most of us, it's tough and it's just hard to absorb, right? And it's harder, I believe, the older you get to learn Spanish. So what are some of the ways in which we can start teaching our younger ones Spanish?
Well, to be very practical, Debbie, now is the time when they're young to capture them. So start off with little expressions like hola, ¿qué tal? Gracias, por favor. Little, or I should say small, attainable words, bite-sized words, so that they will develop a motivation and an understanding that something is different other than just saying, hi, no, thank you. Give them a little bit of the Spanish words, the core, like just expression, courtesy words that will help them to just appreciate that something else is out there other than English.
Okay. All right. So how easy or how difficult is it for them to learn a new language? Because as Debbie said, the older we get, the tougher our heads get. Well, I know for me for sure. But how easy it is for them to learn a new language?
So for youngsters, it is pretty easy. Once they are engaged, once their eyes are thrilled and they have something to look at and go, wow, wait, what? They will absolutely learn it. For older persons, it's not very easy. That's the truth. You have to want to do it because the reality is, Debbie and Dwayne, as an older person, your brain automatically sifts out what is priority. And learning a language for persons is more of a desire than a priority. So you have to know what is it that you really want, where do you want to take it, and how much can you manage to do it. It is important though. So I encourage parents, especially during this pandemic season, to kind of infuse Spanish in a very creative, realistic, and fun way so that they're not just consumed with English and math and the other stuff, but to learn a second language.
Yeah. Okay, so you just said it, but what's a fun way to learn a new language? Because besides just watching it on Dora the Explorer, which I loved watching growing up, what other fun ways can kids learn new languages?
Just the educator has to be crazy. The educator has to be very captivating. The educator has to be full of energy. Not everyone can teach young kids, and that's just the truth.
That's the truth. We have a video right now that we can take a look at. Let's watch it and see if we learn anything new.
Interactive, interactiva. Fun, divertida. Educational, educativa. Interesting, interesante. Learn Spanish with Jorge on Fridays. Aprenda Español con Jorge los viernes on the VETN network. You don't want to miss it.
What word you said a while ago?
Jorge.
Importante.
Interesante.
Importante.
Right.
And interesante. So, okay.
So
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
wanted to ask about labeling, right? So if I have labels in the house, you know, label on the fridge, label on the window, label on the door, is that an interesting way, would you think, to get them started in learning the words in Spanish?
Absolutely, Debbie. It is a great way to get them started. Actually, remember though that these kids, everything is so instant for them, they get bored very easily. So it's very important to flip the script, to switch it up a little bit. You can give them a toy. You can label that toy. You can give them maybe some cards to play with. You can do a hide and seek game. Just something small. You don't have to overwhelm yourself, because parents are already like, you know, I don't want to do nothing else. I am just over it. I just want to relax and just take a chill out, low, speaking to the choir. But guess what? It's like we have to try to remember that there is that little point where we have to try to find a balance.
Yes.
And at that moment, then make it your duty to even play with them. Uno, you know, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, say something, just small. And that's why I always encourage parents, small, attainable goals towards learning the language.
Yeah.
And
love
you
that.
talk about just bite-sized stuff, and for me, I have a very short attention span. So how long is too long a class, or how short is too short a class for a youngster starting to learn the language?
Well, for a youngster, half an hour is good enough. You capture them, you keep them wanting more, and you keep their tail wagging even when you're gone. 1 hour, too long. 45 minutes, too long. So 20 minutes to 30 minutes, perfect, ideal. You can get a little crazy in, you can get some substance in, you can get some fun in, you can get some repetition in, and you can get some motivation in, so that next time when you see them, they're going to be like, they will just want
That's
more.
true.
So that's the reason why I've always, having been teaching for over 15 years, my favorite group to teach are the children.
Yeah.
Because it's just so important to capture them. You can just, well, I can be myself. They like to see colors and vibrancy and just, so I created a YouTube channel. I'm doing a TV show with an app, VETN, and you can go on it. They can watch different episodes so that they can just be interested. And guess what's the fun thing? Whenever I teach a topic, so for example, the first topic is alphabet. When I teach the alphabet, I then go ahead and enrich that topic.
Nice.
Reinforce the topic with a story. So I tell them an English story and I infuse the alphabet so that they will understand, because I'm touching on their native language, and I'm infusing the Spanish because guess what? That's what we're all about here.
I love that.
So you have to, be creative, because it's important, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we just learned a lot. And in fact, some of these things I'm going to try to, work with my son as well to get him interested in Spanish. Thank you so much, Kedisha. Tia Kedisha. Knowledge. Knowledge is indeed power, guys. We can smile. We'll be right back after this.
Sayonara.
Adios.